Hey everyone, it's Julianne Meyer, your host of Own Your Wellness. And I have to start out by saying we are having some technical difficulties, so please bear with us. We've been trying to fix it on both ends, but there might be a little feedback loop. There might be a little bit of that. But I'm telling you right now, the guest that I have today is so amazing. And if you know me at all, you know that I've met a ton of famous people and all, athletes and all that. But this man is only one of the very few people that I've ever been fangirl about. And I'm so excited to have him here. He has written my all-time favorite book called A Shift to Love. And he's got a lot more than that out. He also has this one that I've just read, which is phenomenal. But anyway, I do want to bring him out and hopefully hope everything's going to work well, but we'll see. Let's just make it go. Hey, Alex.
Hey, hi, Julie. Thank you so much for having me.
I am so excited to have you. Not everybody knows that you were my coach for a while, but I found you at Barnes and Noble of all places and decided to reach out to you because I was like, well, he'll never reach out to me, but you know what? I'll just try anyway. And lo and behold, here we are. So it's kind of cool.
I am very excited to be talking to you. Thank you so much for inviting me.
So I know a lot about your story, but not everybody does. And I would just love for you to share with the audience a little bit about it and you.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah. So, well, the biggest part that people know about what I've done is that I went to go train in a Zen Buddhist monastery for 14 years. It's actually 13 and a half, but I got tired of saying 13 and a half, so I rounded up. Please forgive me for exaggerating the truth. I was just a regular guy before I found Zen. I had no interest in anything remotely spiritual or anything like that. I wasn't even doing. I wasn't into what a lot of people are into today, personal development or anything. I was just a regular guy, and I stumbled to a bookstore, and I found my my book that rock world, just like it sounds like you found, A Shift to Love in the Barnes and Noble bookstore. And I read a passage from the book while I was in the store that blew open my mind, and I knew that moment that this person was standing inside my head, describing my life to me, and I knew that I needed to pursue this as far as I can go. And so what I typically did at that time was I just collected a whole bunch of books, and then by the time I got to my ninth book on Zen, I caught the irony that I was reading all of these books on meditation, and I wasn't actually meditating. So I stopped what I was doing, went up to that same door that I found this book in, and I bought myself a meditation cushion, and I started meditating. And from there, things started really shift for me. And then I said I wanted to go check out the Zen monastery that I'm about. I was going cross country with my girlfriend at the time. And it would be cool if the place that we would end up in would be where I'd go to check out Zen monastery. So this brief visit turned into an extended visit for about a month. And then at that point, I realized that I really didn't. This was home for me. They had gifted me a retreat, and that my world opened even more. And so that's how I ended up staying. I pretty much didn't leave. And it wasn't like this was something that I had planned to do. I had thought it out. It was more like I was drawn to do. And so that's most of what people are typically interested in when they hear about what I've done. And it just was such an incredible experience for me. And then I knew when I left the monastery that I wanted to share what was most helpful for me. So all along the way, I knew that I didn't want to be a teacher, in quotes, like I didn't want to be somebody who you'd go to like I'm some sort of guru or anything like that. I still like the the idea that I'm just a regular guy who's had this experience, and the experience has helped me so much. And a lot of what I write is experience. They're my stories of training, and they have some sort of lesson there that I picked up along the way. And I knew that I wanted to continue to write them and share them, because when I'm doing my workshops, people were getting such great value from my stories. And oh my God, I so relate to that. That's helped me so much to see my life in a new perspective. So that's really what I wanted to do. And then I let's see, I'm trying to get the order right. I think I did the kid book first. I just did so many things. So when I was there at the monastery, I created a cartoon series too that illustrated the practice in a way that got things communicated in a visual way and a cute kind of story way. There are a lot of them in that book that you there looks like meditation and reinventing yourself. Those cartoons were mostly drawn at the Zen monastery. I colored them when I came out, and so the kids book was the first thing because I love to draw, and then I put together a 30-day online program that wanted to get essence of my Zen practice that can get wherever they are in the world, that they can do right now in their lives without having to have to travel long distances, to go travel to the end of your road in the middle of nowhere, or leave everything you're doing for a month on, years on end, whatever, like I did. You just have to. So, in any case, that's what I created for. Then I discovered coaching, where I didn't even know what coaching was when I came out. I found it, and it pretty much described it while I was training at the monastery, which was, we called it offering guidance. So I would meet people in person, and then I would also do long distance phone calls with people all over the world in our Sangha, and people would share where they are in their lives right now and what they wanted to create forward, and we would talk about how to help them move through doing that from an inside out perspective. All right, because once people get it, they are the ones, or I should say, there's something inside keeping people from actually reaching their full potential. That's what the facilitation, the guidance, and the coaching is to do. So when I discovered coaching, I said, oh my God, is it possible that I do what I love right here in the world? That it's actually supported, that
I love that.
Powerful way to, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that I love that. But actually what I'm thinking is, because it is still doing the double, I was wondering if maybe what we could try doing as far as that is have you leave the room, maybe restart your computer, and I will just chat a little bit about how I know you in the meantime, and maybe that'll handle up. I really want everybody to get the full value of having you here today.
Okay, well, right. Absolutely.
All right, so we'll see you in a few minutes.
Bye.
Bye, dude. See you soon. All right. So obviously we're having a little bit of technical difficulties, and we have tried just about everything. So hopefully this will work. But I do want to share with you some really cool things that happened, like with Alex and how I met Alex and all this stuff. Talk about the universe working in mysterious ways. So one of the reasons that I was so attracted to his book, A Shift to Love, was because he was talking about how when he went into the Buddha store, is what he called it, he ran across this meditation book that he's mentioned, and that it just resonated with him. And the way he described the book, I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds like a Sherry Huber book. And Sherry she's at a Zen monastery where my cousin was. And so anyway, that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to connect with Alex. And turns out that he ended up doing the same. Hold on one second. I'm just going to take a look at that. You're welcome, Helene. Anyway, so I ended up finding out that, yes, that's the same monastery that Alex went and spent 14 years at. And my cousin was there. So it turns out that he knew my cousin too at the same time. I mean, what are the odds of that? And the fact that I had, I went to Barnes & Noble. I'm a book fiend. Absolute book fiend. So when I do that, I will always pick up extra books at Barnes & Noble. I've got 50 books that need to be read still. and I haven't read them yet. And I just buy more and more. But the fact that I even read that book and right away, because it was just an impulse buy, was pretty amazing. And I give it to everybody that I know because it is so good and it's so much fun to read. I absolutely adore it. And he has changed my life because I actually had the honor and the privilege of being his student. And I've done his online retreat that he talked about. And it's a 30-day retreat. And it teaches you how to listen to, well, I guess you could call it your ego, and make friends with it so that you're not beating yourself up. And he explains like how it shows up in your life and what it looks like and all of that. So it is kind of cool. But yeah, so it's kind of neat how that works. And I'm not sure exactly where he is yet, but because we do have to do commercials, we're going to do that in just a moment. A little bit early than usual because we really want to get this right. But I do want to say hello to everybody that's watching live. And thank you so much for bearing with us with the technical difficulties. And we'll be back in just a minute. Hey everyone, I am back again, and it looks as though our guest cannot make it back onto the computer. I'm not sure what happened. I just know that there was a lot of technical difficulties. But if anybody wants to ask me any questions while we're here, we can do that. Otherwise, we might actually have to end the broadcast early because my guest can't be on. You know, that sometimes happens when you have technical difficulties and internet is involved and all that fun stuff. But honestly, I think my biggest disappointment is that I've been looking forward to this conversation for like months now, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen. But anyway, I do want to thank everybody for being here, and I apologize for it being so short and not our normal broadcast. But like I said, sometimes these things happen. So have a great day, and I will see you guys all on Thursday.